Fishing at the drain outlet, where the fish gather in swarms. Anyone who has gone fishing in the wild knows this feeling. Sometimes the best fishing spots look the most ordinary, just a small drain outlet where water flows gently out. Yet if you know how to read the water and use the right bait, you'll find fish gathering there like crazy. Today, I want to share one of the oldest yet most effective fishing secrets I've learned through years of practice. Fishing at natural drain outlets, especially right after the first rains of the season. When people hear drain, they often think of dirty or smelly water. But not all drains are the same. In rural areas, especially around rice fields or small canals, the water that flows out of those outlets carries plenty of natural food, insects, roots, algae, and bits of organic matter. That's why fish gather there in large numbers, especially tilapia, catfish, snakehead, gourami, and roach. These flowing waters bring oxygen and food, keeping the fish strong, active, and eager to feed. I still remember one afternoon at the start of the rainy season. After a week of scorching heat, it finally poured for an hour. I drove to my favorite canal and saw water gushing from the rice fields through the drain. The smell of wet earth and grass filled the air, and to a fisherman, that's a clear sign the fish are moving. I picked a spot where the water flowed steadily. Not too fast, not too still. I saw small ripples, bubbles rising gently, and heard faint splashes under the surface. Those tiny sounds meant the fish were feeding nearby. That's when I knew I had found the perfect spot. That day I used one of my favorite traditional baits, steamed corn flour mixed with vanilla. It sounds simple, but it works wonders. The steamed corn flour gives the bait a soft texture that dissolves slowly in water, while the vanilla adds a sweet, natural scent that tilapia and catfish can't resist. Sometimes, I'd barely finish setting up my second rod before the first float started twitching. 2 quick shakes, then the float sank deep. Strike. Fish on, immediately. Many friends ask me, why do fish love corn flour mixed with vanilla so much? It's simple. Fish are drawn to sweet, grain-like aromas. The scent of vanilla mixed with steamed corn flour mimics the smell of young rice or natural grains. In gentle currents, the aroma spreads far, attracting fish from all directions. Fishing at the drain outlet isn't just about the bait, it's about timing and reading the water. Over the years, I've found 3 golden times that work best. Early morning, 6 to 8 a.m. The water is cool, oxygen levels high, and fish are most active. Right after the rain stops, 1 to 2 hours later, the water clears up but still carries fresh food from the fields. Late afternoon, 4 to 6 p.m. The sun is soft, and fish rise closer to the surface. If you go fishing at noon, when the water is hot and stagnant, don't expect much. You'll mostly be watching the float drift. But at the right time, with the right current, you can hook fish after fish just a few meters from the shore. I once fished near Longan province, where a small drain connected a rice field to a canal. The rain had just turned to drizzle, and the water murmured softly. Within 5 minutes of casting, my float moved a sharp tug, and up came a fat golden tilapia. Then another, and another. In just 1 hour, I caught more than enough to share with neighbors. That's when I learned, you don't need deep water, you need living water. Wherever there's natural flow and food, there's fish. Fishing teaches you to read nature. The flow, the smell, the bubbles, the sound, all tell you where the fish are. Here's a small tip. Trust your nose. If the water smells like fresh soil or grass, that is a good sign. If it smells of chemicals or garbage, don't waste your time. The fish there are weak or gone. When it comes to bait, I still prefer traditional mixers. They're cheap, natural, and surprisingly effective. Here's my favorite recipe. 3 parts corn flour, 1 part rice bran warm water, to steam until soft and sticky. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla once cooled, then roll into small balls. If you're after catfish or snakehead, you can add a bit of duck egg yolk for a stronger scent. But for tilapia or roach, plain vanilla is perfect. I've used this mix in many places, and as long as the water is clean and gently flowing, it works every time. One more trick. Don't cast directly into the strongest current. Fish don't stay there. It's too tiring. Drop your bait a few meters away, where the water starts to swirl gently. That is where they wait for food to drift by. Sometimes, you just need to sit quietly, listen to the water, and you'll feel exactly where the fish are feeding. Once, An old fisherman told me, "Son, a drain outlet is like the fish's kitchen. Everything the water brings, they come to eat." And it's true. Fish caught there are fatter, shinier, and tastier, because they feed naturally. The more I fish, the more I respect traditional wisdom. Old fishermen didn't have fancy lures or chemical baits, yet they always caught plenty. Why? Because they understood the environment, the fish's habits, and the rhythm of nature. That's why I still trust a simple steamed cornflower with vanilla bait. It's pure, effective, and timeless. I once compared it to a store-bought bait. Same spot, same time, but the homemade mix outperformed the industrial one easily. Sometimes, the simplest things work best. Fishing at a drain outlet gives me more than fish. It gives me peace. You sit quietly, listening to water flow, waiting for the float to move. Then suddenly a twitch, a dip, the rod bends, the line tightens, and your heart races. That thrill, that instant connection with nature, is what keeps us coming back. Each trip teaches me something new. To be patient, to listen, to appreciate the quiet. Even on days with no catch, I still find calm in the rhythm of the water. Fishing for me isn't just about catching fish, it's about finding balance. People sometimes ask, "What's so fun about fishing at a drain outlet?" I just smile, because only those who've felt the float sink, heard the splash, and pulled a fish from the current know that joy, quiet but deep. Every fish caught is a reward for patience. Every cast is a heartbeat shared with nature. So if you've never tried it, go once. Find a natural drain near your home after a light rain. Bring some steamed cornflower with vanilla, a small rod, and a chair. Sit for a while, and you'll see fish. Fish love these places. And so will you. Traditional bait doesn't just catch fish, it brings back memories. Memories of childhood, of quiet afternoons by the fields, of laughter and excitement when the first fish bites. That's the spirit of fishing to 4-H. Sharing simple, honest experiences that connect us to nature. If you find this story helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Fishing to 4-H, where we keep alive the old school fishing wisdom and the love for wild, natural waters. Because true happiness in fishing isn't about the biggest catch, it is about the quiet moments when your heart beats in rhythm with the river. Fishing to 4-H, sharing passion, preserving tradition, and keeping the love of nature alive.